Good afternoon. All right, thank you. Welcome and congratulations to all of our finalists today. Your achievements are truly remarkable, and I feel like we've had already a lot of keynote speeches today, but I'm incredibly honored to be here. But what I want to share with you is not a unique story. All of you in this room have overcome challenges, and we heard many of them today. Many of you have faced moments where things didn't go the way you planned. My story is simply one version of choice that every leader eventually faces. It's a story about overcoming or succumbing to your circumstances. It's a story about war and escape, about a mother who couldn't live without her children, about a father who's dying from cancer but instead worried about his son. It's about two siblings who helped me believe in myself. It's about my coaches who refused to give up on me. And it's about my mentors in the business community that helped me succeed in business. But most of all, it's about a decision. The decision to overcome or succumb to your circumstances. I chose to overcome. And over time, I realized something. Leadership is not defined when things are easy. Leadership is defined in moments when the outcome is uncertain, when the pressure is immense, and the path forward is unclear. In those moments, leadership comes down to one decision. A simple decision, but a defining one. Will I overcome or will I succumb? Every leader in this room will face it. Many of you already have. Today I want to share a journey that taught me a lesson, not because it's unique, but because it reflects the crossroads every leader eventually encounters. Of course, I didn't know it at the time. That's me when I was a little kid. In 1975, the Ethiopian monarchy was overthrown by the military. My father was Minister of Agriculture of Eritrea. When the government was overtaken, it meant one thing. If we stayed, my father would be killed. So my parents made a decision that no parent should ever have to make. They fled without the kids. I was 3 years old, my brother was 4, my sister was 6 months old. We were suddenly in survival mode. They couldn't take us with them and left us with my grandparents. For the longest time, we spoke to our parents maybe once a month. And this went on for 5 years. In 1980, my mother made a decision to return. Imagine being 8 years old, haven't seen your mother in 5 years, and she comes home and says, "I'm your mother." She was imprisoned and eventually released after telling them she couldn't live without her children. A few weeks later, we began a journey that still amazes me today, and it's my mother's story. We walked for 3 weeks at night to the Sudan border, slept during the day, we hiked, slept at night wherever we could stay. 3 kids, a mother, and a donkey. There's no punchline to that. Years later, I found out that Americans call this camping. It's like, wait, by choice, you go in the mountains, you camp? I'm like, I'm good, I'll stay in my bedroom. After 3 weeks, we spent 2 weeks in the guerrilla camps. The soldiers were so happy to see the kids because they left theirs behind. It was an experience I remember till this day. Some days they didn't come back. Other days they brought back prisoners of war. We eventually crossed the south border and stayed 8 months in Khartoum. Our journey eventually led us through Greece and finally to Denver. It was December 18th, 1981. My brother later described it in a way I've never forgotten. He said, "We left a place of brown people and brown earth and landed in Colorado, white people and white earth." This was back when it used to snow. December 18th, 1981, a family reunited. A mother who chose to overcome and not let her kids live in an oppressive socialist country. My parents had lost everything. but they never acted like victims. In America, my father worked at a water treatment plant, but he had a PhD in economics. My mother worked at a flower shop and also worked at McDonald's. They didn't talk about what they had lost. They focused on what they could build. We lived in a very upscale neighborhood in Fort Collins called Hickory Village. It was a trailer park. It was so cool. Our house had wheels. I mean, this is America. Love it. I wasn't the greatest student. We didn't know English, but my sister and my brother were thriving. Through middle school and high school, I was one of the skaters at Fort Collins. My father was diagnosed with cancer in 1985. I was given 6 months to live. I was in 8th grade. He worried about me and tried to teach me mechanics and playing guitar, anything he could do to make sure I had a career or a future. But I discovered something my senior year in high school, that I could run. My brother till this day calls me Forrest Gump because I just ran. In my only year of running, I won the state championship. Athletics gave me confidence, it gave me discipline, and it gave me structure. The world of opportunity had opened up, and my father didn't have to worry anymore. I was getting offers from all over the country. My father wanted me to go to CSU for one simple reason. All the schools were recruiting me and promising to make me All-American and Olympian. CSU coaches told him, we're going to make sure he graduates and build a man of character. I signed my LOI to attend CSU, and a couple of weeks later, my father passed away. I was a senior, and I just turned 18. I still needed my dad. Another moment of decision, succumb or overcome. At Colorado State, I ran track all 4 years and earned all conference honors every year. But more importantly, sports taught me something critical about leadership. You don't become great in a single moment. You become great through thousands of small choices. Run the extra lap or the extra mile. There's no snow days. Lift the extra set, show up when it's hard. My father also sparked something else in me, and many of the immigrants today, you heard them say this, America is a place where people come for opportunity, people who have to rebuild, people who have to start over, and people who believe the future could be better than the past. My parents could have succumbed, but they chose to overcome. They had every opportunity to say it was unfair and it was too hard. My mother went on to get her associate's degree and have a successful career at Hewlett-Packard for over 20 years. They made sure their kids recognized the opportunities and the sacrifices that they made. Succumbing was not an option. That planted a seed in me. I began to believe that maybe, just maybe, I could build something. That mindset has shaped me my whole life. While I had a successful 13-year career in corporate America, my goal was always to start my own company. By 2007, I was ready. And as it always happens, over a couple of beers with some friends, we came up with Blue Sky Builders. Damn, that name was taken. We took another shot and a few more shots, and we came with a genius idea to switch the blue in the sky and call it Sky Blue Builders. Our two boys were 4 and 2 years old. We had 2 mortgages and a net worth of $50,000. My wife Zula had just completed her MBA in health administration and was just starting her career. We were optimistic, we were excited, we were ready. And then something happened, the Great Recession. The bank we used to finance the construction of homes was taken over by the FDIC, the largest bank failure in Colorado history. By 2010, sleepless nights, the doubt, the pressure, the moment when you ask yourself, did I make a huge mistake? Every entrepreneur in this room knows that feeling. At that point, again, I had the 2 choices, succumb or overcome. I negotiated with the FDIC to sell the house 50 cents on the dollar, and this is really where Colorado changed my life. I began working with the Chamber's Small Business Development Center, that helped me compiling P&Ls and balance sheets and learning how to work in government contracting. Mentors began showing up in my life by me simply asking them if they will. People like John Beeble from Saunders Construction, Jay Gilmore from Gilmore Construction, leaders like Richard Lewis, who was a 9 News Leader of the Year awardee, my brother Archon, who gave me $5,000 to make a payment to the FDIC so I can negotiate the exit of that house. But people who believed in me when things were uncertain. In 2010, our revenue was $1 million. By 2015, we were doing $15 million a year. But growth brought new challenges. We were growing fast. Our accounting firm came to my office, I remember this clearly, in 2016 and said, your business is in peril, you owe the government $600,000, and you should consider bankruptcy. The moment, again, the same question, overcome or succumb. I took a line of credit, so we made a decision. Instead of chasing revenue, we decided to focus on building the company the right way. In 2015, something changed in my thinking as well. I remember clearly looking back at our 2015 annual meeting, there was a slide that said, what if we had an employee-owned company? At first, like many entrepreneurs, I thought success meant building a great company. But over time, I realized something deeper. The greatest leaders understand that success isn't about what you build for yourself. It's about what you build for others. So we made a bold decision to convert the company to employee-owned. In 2024, we partnered with a social impact firm called Apis and Heritage and converted Sky Blue to 100% employee-owned. Today, there are 58 employees, and we did $82 million in revenue in 2025. When I think about this journey from escaping a war to building a company, I don't see a straight line. I see choices, moments of uncertainty, moments of risk, moments when the future wasn't guaranteed. And every time, the same question, will you overcome or will you succumb? Colorado is full of leaders facing that question today. So I'll leave you with a challenge. Build companies that build people. Mentor someone who doesn't yet see their own potential. Create opportunity where it doesn't exist. And when the moment comes, the moment when leadership truly tests you, choose the hard path. Choose perseverance. Choose courage. Choose to overcome. Because the future of Colorado will be built by leaders who refuse to succumb. I'll leave you with lyrics from one of the greatest country singers, Garth Brooks. The song is called The River. Too many times we stand aside and let the water slip away till what we put off till tomorrow has now become today. So don't sit upon the shoreline and say you're satisfied. Choose to chance the rapids and dare to dance the tide. Thank you.